Don't f up your life getting married to a divorce-prone slewer. Get that swift kick-in-the-ass advice you need from the older brother you never had. Visit Aaron Killary at assholeconsulting.com.
Hello everybody, Terrence Popp here from Redonkulas.com. And guess what? Bad Popp showed up today. And I got liquid sleep. And I'm also going to be covering some good news for you, which has been requested for months. The election. Or as I call it, the erection. Because no matter what, we all got
You know what? They could have it in the middle of the summer at a blowjob contest that I was judging and it would still be retarded.
This whole thing is a huge shit sandwich and we're all gonna have to take a bite. Welcome to part 1 on Killary. Yeah. So I heard a lot of you liberals out there are very unhappy with the election results.
We are scared for our lives.
In all actuality, the unhappy might be too soft of a word.
I'm literally about to f***ing kill myself and I'm not kidding. You better f***ing fix this shit right now.
But hey, I'm willing to give you guys a chance. Why don't you prove to me you're logical individuals while you're not setting people's cars on fire?
We can't just do rallies. We have to fight back. There will be casualties on both sides. There will be, because people have to die to make a change in this world.
And I know you're out there like, well, how could she lose? How could this happen? Well, I'm going to break it down for you point by point. But hey, you should already know this, or you do know it and you ignored it. And if you don't know any of this shit, spend a little more time, I don't know, reading WikiLeaks and turn off the goddamn TV.
WikiLeaks is illegal, and we shouldn't listen to him because Julian Assange is a criminal.
Wah. But hey, 10 years ago when he released all the bullshit about the Iraq war, he was everyone's hero, including yours. Hypocrite. Oh, did I say that? And I get it. You're sad and pissed off, and you can't even imagine why she lost.
We came, we saw, he died.
Serious Popp here. Can you really imagine why she actually deserved to win?
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
But I'm going to make it real difficult for you here. Take all of the identity politics off the table, and your anti-Trump slams off the other side.
Oh well, plan B. Let's just kill each other.
We've actually been working on this episode for quite some time, and we spoke to people, I don't know, on both sides of the aisle. We have not come across a single Hillary supporter that was focused on policy. Because money talks and bullshit walks, and Hillary is full of bullshit. Homework assignment for you. Go find a Hillary supporter and ask him yourself, and they can't name one policy of hers. So don't be surprised when you ask them that and they get up to use the can, because they're Googling the answer on their phone. In the meantime, a lot of you are running around there, I don't know, rioting and setting businesses on fire and walking around like this.
La 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 la. Racist, homophobe, bigot, la 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 la.
In fact, you have spent so much time calling people racist and bigots and Islamophobes, you've ignored the truth, which was right in front of your face.
See? Excuse me. Can I get a cup of coffee? Black? Can't you see we talking? White?
So when you're on the can taking a shit playing Sudoku on your phone, why don't you Google what's really going on? I'm just saying.
What difference at this point does it make?
Because if you had, you'd realize that there's actually a conspiracy to over Sanders and Trump. And I'm not talking about just the illegal WikiLeaks thing. Wah. There's actual video documented evidence.
So the Chicago protest, when they shut all that was us. It was more him than me, but none of this is supposed to come back to us. Because we want it coming from people. We don't want it to come from the party. So if we do a protest and it's DNC protest, it's right away the press is going to say partisan.
Oh, wait a minute. You special snowflakes out there didn't hear about that.
Is making sure there's a double blind between the actual campaign and the actual DNC and what we're doing. There's a double blind there. So that they can plausibly deny that they knew anything about it.
Well, why don't you take the bullshit out of your ears? If I blew in your ear, you'd be a new instrument. And if you didn't hear about this stuff, how about you ask yourself why?
You're awake, by the way. You're not having a terrible, terrible dream. Also, you're not dead and you haven't gone to hell. This is your life now. This is our election now. This is us. This is our country.
Turn off CNN and MSNBC and the other mainstream media sources and open your mind. Because the real news has been faking it all year. So these media sources out there, after they were completely embarrassed by their coverage of the election and what really happened, they have to blame it on somebody else. So what's happening now? You got the DNC, the media, Google, and Facebook actually collaborating to censor the truth and the real news. How 1984 of you. And why do you think they have to campaign against these now fake news outlets? If they can't control how you get the information, they can't control you.
Drop dead, you asshole!
I'm unable to comply.
This has been going on for decades. And if you check out these videos of the anti-Trump riots, it's working. And if this doesn't scare the shit out of you, it should. And if it doesn't, you're a fucking idiot. And no, I wasn't going to say edit that out. And how do we know that the media is actively trying to fuck us? They're trying to convince you not to read the WikiLeaks.
The media doesn't want you to even try.
It's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
Thanks for looking out, CNN.
Not only should she be in jail, she should probably have a tug-of-war with a rope. All the time I've done the military, I've signed countless non-disclosure agreements. I've sat in on countless briefings. I know what can and cannot be released to the general public. It's common knowledge for anyone in the government and military. The news even covered a couple stories where people were thrown in jail for far, far less. Maybe a couple of unauthorized pictures in a submarine, 3 years in the clink. So do me a favor. Go read the emails for yourself. And you know what you're going to find? A pattern, and that pattern is glaring bad issues.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
She was selling access to the State Department, or otherwise pay for play. And I'm not talking about chump change here. We're talking about hostile enemy countries that persecute women and gays. I bet that one hurt your little fifis because you didn't hear about that on CNN. Winning. Oh, I forgot. You voted for Hillary, who states that Islam has nothing to do with terrorism. Okay. I'm sure the French would wholeheartedly disagree with you.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
Do yourself a favor. Google Paris. I know you haven't done so since the last attack, but it has become a ghetto.
But I thought changing my Facebook picture to a French flag would change everything.
Fuck your profile picture and hashtags. And while you're at it, fuck you and fuck off. And fuck all you liberal retards out there who sold out and threw away all your morals and values after the primary. Because once you found out that she fucked over Bernie Sanders, you should have turned on her. What she did, and the DNC did, was basically an insult to the entire election process. So she lied, cheated, and stole that nomination, and you let her get away with it. And why? Because Trump is so awful. Fuck off.
I am so sad. And I am so angry.
You can say whatever you want about Trump, and I don't care because I'm not really big into it either. But at least he doesn't have a body count attached to his name. Oh, I forgot. You thought that we didn't want Hillary because she's a woman.
No offense, but you are a stupid asshole.
It couldn't have anything to do with a body count, I don't know, this fucking long. Not to mention the destruction of evidence in a federal investigation that would have buried anyone else under the goddamn prison if she didn't do anything wrong. Why did her entire staff get immunity deals and plead the fifth? And also the person who runs the DOJ took the fifth. What the fuck is that?
This is bullshit.
I don't know, take all that and just throw it away because, I don't know, the candidate has a vagina and reasons.
Because reasons.
I know a lot of you are like, well, the FBI investigated and there was no charges, so you're wrong, Mr. Redonkulas. The FBI investigation of 30,000 emails took a year and a half. So we're supposed to buy the fact that they went through 650,000 emails in 5 days.
Do you know what this means? It means that this damn thing doesn't work at all.
Because, like you, there's only so much coincidence that I can actually swallow. Just like I can't swallow this pill about Bill Cosby. He spoke out against Black Lives Matter just before all of this sexual abuse shit fell into his lap. What a coinkydink. Just like Donald Trump. And if you want to hear about Trump, you gotta tune in next week. Bottom line, the DNC and the media brainwashed the loving shit out of you, and you bought it.
First rule of Project Mayhem is you do not ask questions.
And what I find hilarious and an oxymoron is you all claim not to trust the media. Not only did you buy this entire narrative, but this dude was never accused of this bullshit until he ran as a Republican this year. All of that would be enough, but no, you didn't stop there. You doubled down on stupid. You flaming fucking hypocrites. You basically voted for the single most corrupt politician in our country's history. And you're throwing a fucking tantrum about it because all of America saw what was going on and you didn't. Because you were too busy running around with your fingers in your ears calling everyone a racist, sexist bigot.
Fucking pissed, dude. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Latinos voting for Donald Trump. Fuck black people voting for Donald Trump. Fuck Cubans. Fuck Florida. Fuck you, dude.
I don't know how you manage to keep your fingers in both your ears while you're switching your thumb back and forth, because I want to see that. What the fuck was the media thinking about this? I don't know what the fuck the DNC was thinking either. But most of all, and this bothers me the most, is I don't know what the fuck you were thinking.
You know, because to say you won't respect the results of the election, that is a direct threat to our democracy.
So what the fuck are you doing?
Oakland on fire right now.
This isn't fair.
I know what that's called. It's called a tantrum. And what do you do to counter it? You fucking ignore them because they're all idiots. Or we could simply do this. Give you a pacifier, change your diaper, and put you in the safe spaces. Winning new. I got some bad news for you. It's over. You lost.
I can't talk about it anymore. It's giving me a headache.
Not only are you throwing a goddamn tantrum, you're going after the Electoral College and you want to censor the news. Because that is what sensible, logical people do, right? Winning new. I'm not saying that the Electoral College is perfect, but if we didn't have it, the elections would look like this. That's not fair, it's not balanced. In fact, it's a recipe for revolution, I'm just saying. And now you want to censor news outlets that don't agree with your bias. Just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean it's fake news. And guess what? The mainstream media has been caught red-handed faking the news, and they've been doing it for, I don't know, decades. Yeah, just like all those polls that said Hillary was the shoo-in to take office. And why did Hillary lose, and why were all these polls wrong? You did that. And you did that when you took all of those values that you say you have and flushed them down the toilet. And you did that when you called anyone with a different opinion a bigot, a misogynist, Islamophobe, and you shamed them. The maximum range of shame, 0 meters. You basically terrorized all the people who were going to vote for Trump to remain silent. By doing that, you fucked your own polls. And a lot of people were bitching about it, didn't even vote. There was a mass arrest of anti-Trump protesters. And 70% of them didn't even fucking vote. That is some stupid, lazy, brainwashed shit right there, just saying. So at the end, what I'm trying to say is, she lost, you're bitching, and I don't give a fuck, and I'm gonna go watch some goddamn Space Ghost. And you know what, really? It's all your fault. Winning new. I know you guys are like,
Pop, what do you think about Trump?
This one is very long, so tune in next week, I'll have it up for you.
All of the people that said that my Trump was gonna lose, so I say to you this morning, the day after the election,
That's a good pop quiz for the end of the episode, because we had a couple people saying, "Stop bleeping your shit."
I do that because mainly my daughters watch it now.
Well,
So.
they're how old? They're
14 and 12, I know.
14 and 12, they're already cursing.
But I don't want my girls to, like, you know, charge me $1 for every time I say the F word.
Censor cunt.
I know, but that's not like, in my house, I have 3 tiers of swear words for my kids. Yeah. Tier 3 you hear all the time on TV, unless like butt, ass, you know, penis, dick. You know, then, you know, tier 2 is like, you know, shit and a couple other ones in that, like bastard and bitch. And tier 1 is only the F word and goddamn it. That's it. And every time I say a tier 1 F word around them, I have to pay them $1 goddamn.
There you go.
I'm being extorted by my kids, for God's sake.